All right, you guys. Good morning. It's time for day three. And I know you can't see my face yet, but you will soon. You will soon see my face. So while you're waiting for my face to show up on the screen, go ahead and say, hey, that you're here. Let us know where you're tuning in from and answer, please. No rights and wrongs here. Answer the giveaway question that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Let me know that you guys can hear me. You will see me very soon. And I want to talk about today's topic, continuing on with psychology of sales and marketing. And we're going to focus today on Maslow's hierarchy of needs and how it can affect your marketing. So I have an interesting question to start. If you guys would go ahead and answer in the comments below, what do you think your job is in your business? What would you say is your job in your business? What is it that you do? Answer that. There's not going to be a right and wrong. I only see one answer so far. I will not show my face on the screen till more people answer. I'm actually not showing my face on the screen yet because the dog caused me to not be ready. I blame the dog. I'm throwing on my makeup last second. Empower women to embrace their for femininity and sensuality. Answer it however you want. Oh, you guys, you're talking about New York. Okay. Answer what you think your job is. If I say, hey, what's your job? Because if you're like, this is not worth it, right? Do you ever feel like that? Like, this is not worth it. Everything I'm doing in my business, it's just not worth it. Do you ever feel like that? If you feel like that, what is it that you think you do? And what should you be getting out of it? So I'm going to go ahead and show my face. It's going to be what it is. I chose a bath over makeup today. So, you guys, this is day two, and I love StreamYard. Let's stop the screen share. I love StreamYard. But I was laying in the bathtub getting ready, and I then the dogs started having an issue, and I was like, okay, take care of the dogs, put on my makeup. What am I gonna do? I'm like, I'll do both. So I took care of the dogs, jumped on screen with you guys, threw on some mascara. Here we are, day two, real life. So I was walking around this living room thinking about a couple things for you guys, and I was thinking, we're helping you with marketing this week. We're helping you understand the psychology of sales and marketing so that you can improve your marketing tactics. Okay. Today on day two, we get to focus on how your products meet emotional needs and examples of how to use Maslow's pyramid for marketing. Regarding this question that's scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Okay. Regarding the question that's scrolling across the bottom, a lot of you are speaking to your marketing message. Okay. So I need you to follow me on this. Are you having fun in this little class we're doing for you guys? Are you learning something new? Okay. If you've been in class before, you know that marketing, our marketing message, our I help statement, we've got to have that. But if you've ever been in class before, you also know we talk a lot about the sales funnel, right? The sales funnel. And marketing is just one piece of the big puzzle. Okay. So we're going to dive into all the pieces and where marketing plays into your business because that's not your only job. You've got sales, right? You've got marketing, you've got prospecting, you've got follow up. You've got to have onboarding systems, retention systems. Oh, Becky. So I think it's interesting that sometimes we think our job is only one piece of it. Now, y'all might have answered what you thought I wanted. You might have thought I was asking, what's your I help statement? What's your marketing message? But that's just one piece. So in this challenge this week, we're trying to put together the pieces so that when you say, I'm not getting results, what's not working? Is your marketing not working? Right? Is your exposure mechanism, your conversion events, is your sales event not working? You need more sales skills. Is your follow up? Does your follow up suck? Right? Can you find people and not retain people? Do you have no systems for customer service? So let's put together all the pieces. If it's an expensive hobby, we're probably just missing part of our job. Okay, so before I outline what I think our job is and where this class goes into your job and what else you need, besides just this class, to have a successful business with peaceful profits, go ahead and shout Carla out. She shows up every morning during this challenge for Coffee with Carla. Yesterday, she kicked us off. Today, she reviewed us from yesterday and kicked us off today. Shout out to Amy, who's doing your Reels challenge. I'll give you a bit of a review, but then Amy posts at 12 o'clock each day. Who did a reel? Get real. Type in the comments below, get real. By the way, I made you guys a hashtag, share the real love. I want you to use that hashtag. Isn't that fun? So we say share the love whenever we're like, hey, tell other people about, it's basically referral marketing, right? Tell other people about this. And if you can come up with a hashtag in your marketing campaigns that's unique, that's awesome. My hashtag is hey, sweet mama. I like that hashtag. So when you post a reel, hashtag share the real love, REEL. And if you share it in our group, use the hashtag, then I can search. So if you're commenting on Amy's Reels homework and you share your link to your reel and you put the hashtag in your comment, I can find your homework more easily. Okay. Obviously, if you post it under the homework thread, that helps as well. So talk to me about what you're doing for Reels. I'm going to go shut the door because the trash guy's here. Talk to me about what you're doing for Reels and then count to 5. Be right back. When I don't hide in my closet, real life happens. For those of you that are brand new, welcome. Who's brand new? How did you get here? Is there anyone who has never been to challenge with us before, right? Like, who's that crazy girl that doesn't have her makeup on and has the door open and the trash guy and the dogs? Hello, real life. That's what you need to make your reels about. So today's topic of psychology of sales, helping you with marketing, is going to be pretty simple but profound. Are you ready for simple but profound? And before I dive into the actual slides, I want to give you a few reminders, a few important reminders. Tonight at 8:30 Central, if you're watching this video live on the date of Tuesday, February 7th, then tonight you guys can come hang out with us if you want to. If you want to. That's my other new hashtag, by the way. That's totally a Jim Rohn thing. If you want to. That takes us being responsible, right? Of whether or not we show up, whether or not we do the things. If we want to, we will, right? If I want to show up today, I will. Okay, so I just got a message from someone. So funny. I need to invite her to class. I just had a message pop up and she said she was looking for something. I thought she was looking to come to this class. She's looking to invite me to a network marketing party and we've not talked before. No, we have to. Nikki, are you in this class? Nikki, if you're in this class, I'm calling you out on the screen right now. You better be on this video. I will not say your last name. That was not very nice. That was not very nice of me. I just got a message that I thought was a cold message, but it's somebody that should be in this class. I'm going to teach you better ways today. I will not say your last name. Remember, it's okay to be unpopular. I might have just scored myself some unpopular points with that move right there. All right, stay focused. If you want to change how you do things, you can. If you want to. If you want to learn different ways to do things, you can. If you want to. If you want to try something new, if you want to keep doing what you're doing, I don't care. But if you want to do it different, let's focus today on that. And let's tonight come hang out at our VIP session. You must go to pcatu.co and register for the event by just filling out a Work With Me application. The Work With Me application will simply say that you do want to work with us more closely in the sense that, hey, I need help, right? So it doesn't require you to buy anything. We will be making a special offer for PCAT U90 tonight. If you know that you can't come tonight, let us know ahead of time, okay? Just go to pcatu.co, fill out the Work With Me form. It's very simple. We'll have the information that we need, okay? And then another just friendly reminder, you have until 8 o'clock tonight, you guys. PCAT-U CRM, Dominique and I were on the phone yesterday. We had 6 people come in for sure yesterday when I talked to him. Let me go see how many of you are now new CRM holders. You want to know how I know this? Because in my system, it's tagging you and I can run a quick report And I can see that currently 10 of you came in from yesterday's offer, 10 new CRM users. My goal is 50 of you to be able to take advantage of our new software system. It's going to blow you away, okay, if you want to. If not, it's no big deal, but you get a 30-day trial. I'll make it easy on you guys. I'll make it easy on you guys. If you don't like it, you just don't keep your payment on file. Nobody's going to hunt you down, right? This is not arm twisting. These are not trick tactics. You're in charge of whether or not you keep using the system, right? Okay. But after this week, you guys, I'll upload the full sales and marketing course, the full course of everything from parts of what we're talking about this week into a full course workbook, slideshow format, and you'll own it. Okay. I could sell that thing for $197. I'm going to upload it for the new users and the current users. You'll get it as well. And then the whole point of the CRM is if you need a CRM, if you need automation, if you need funnels, if you need to level up your business, I can't even begin to tell you how it's going to do it in 185,000 ways. So we'll be opening up a special group just for people who come in on the new CRM. What will happen is we will support you not just through IT, not just through tech. Dominique's behind the scenes. He created this thing. I put the strategy to it. So I get to train on strategy and teach you how I use it, how I think social sellers, network marketers, course creators, coaches, speakers, trainers, team leaders can use it to solve your problems, right? And so we'll have a special group just for people with that. And so you'll get bonuses from me. All right, giveaway entry, and then let's jump into our topic for today. Somebody who answered the question, first person that I see that pops on the screen, Joyce Gilkerson. Joyce, if you would please text PCATU prize to my new phone number. I don't have the automation set up on that. I'll get the text and then I'll reply. Okay. I am adding an automation to that one, so it automatically replies just like my old system did. Any questions, comments, or donations before we roll? Any thoughts? This is true, by the way. This is beyond true. I've texted this link out to you guys like crazy. I've emailed it out. So if you're not registered, that's the only reason you're not seeing it. Or if for any reason texts or emails are not being received by us from you, you can comment below. If you did register, go to socialsaleschool.com. Make sure you actually registered for this challenge you're in right now. You'll be on all the messaging. So what have you guys gotten from us? Have you gotten any value so far? Have you learned anything yet? Have you learned anything yet? What did you take away from yesterday? And what are you hoping to gain over today, tonight, and tomorrow? Because those are our last 3 official events. Today, tonight's VIP at 8:30 Central, and then tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. Okay. What have you gained so far? I need to simplify. It is my job. I need to not overthink. I realize we all make mistakes. Sometimes we do things we're like, that wasn't very nice. I kind of feel that way right now about calling somebody out on the screen. I really do. I'm just being honest. I feel like an a-hole. Can't take it back. Just can apologize, right? So we're growing. And do you remember what we learned yesterday? It's very important that you guys communicate with me, by the way, right? You can communicate with a like heart. You can communicate with a thumbs up. You can communicate with a mad face if you want to. I'd rather you don't. But if you're mad, you can be mad. Got to tell my 7-year-old all the time, hey, it's your feelings, man. Own your actions. Entitled to your feelings, own your actions, baby, right? So yesterday we learned about knowledge. And do you remember the other one? Experience. And the partnership of those two is wisdom. Okay. I'm not a Bible scholar. I mean, I did get the trophy for the most memorized Bible verses. No joke. In grade school, I went to super Christian school. Super. Like I'm 5'2" and I got in trouble for my skirt being too short all the time because it has to hit the middle of your knees. Did anybody else go to school like that? Got demerits. Had to wear culottes. I was the volleyball all-star because there was only 13 kids in my class. It was awesome. So I learned a lot of like things, right? But it wasn't actually until I had an experience to apply those things to that I started to gain wisdom. And wisdom does not mean you're imperfect. So If y'all have any, if y'all have any experience of reading the Bible at all, you can correct me. I think it was Solomon. I think it was Solomon. So I think it was Solomon whenever we were reading about knowledge and wisdom, and he was considered, it could have been Saul. They all sound the same. I'll go study my Bible after. It's Solomon. I'm right. Solomon and wisdom. Okay. And it was this book of the Bible when we were learning about knowledge versus experience, but the combination is wisdom, right? So you're only going to get wiser. So let's go ahead and commit right now that there's no losing. You're either going to win or you're going to learn. This past summer, I got to be a part of the Maxwell leadership team. I'm now a certified team member with them. I can bring different courses. I bring those to my impact makers and our PCAT U90 students. And John Maxwell says you either win or you learn. So with that wisdom, you might go, well, hell, I learned something. Sure does feel like I lost on that one. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You learned. So let me teach you about some basic sales and marketing. I have something called TLCC. Cue the music. Don't go chasing waterfalls. If I cue the music, we're going to get kicked out. So we're just going to sing together. Please stick to the rib. What does TLCC stand for? Help me. Traffic. Anybody know this? Pop quiz. I just gave you the first T. I first gave you the first letter. Keep talking to me. I'm typing the answer. If you can beat me, I'll give you a prize. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Put your makeup on. It's Saturday night and I won't be wrong. TLCC, hurry, hurry, hurry. Ooh. Ooh, look. She must be a teacher in our classes. Oh, shoot, I hit the wrong one. Traffic, leads, conversation, close. Carla, you won a prize yesterday, but I don't think you texted me yet. So we always talk about leads to conversation to close. Okay. And within that, there's different layers. Of course, there's different layers. But TLCC is traffic at the top. So we hold up our funnel. I'll pull the funnel up on the screen. Hold up your funnel. If this is new to you, would you please go ahead and say, I don't know what you're talking about. This is new information for me, so that I know who doesn't know this information yet. TLCC, if you're inside of PCAT U90, we put this in your workbook. If you're inside of Action Takers, we covered this a bazillion freaking thousand hundred times. If you are inside of Impact Makers, you should probably, unless you're brand new, be able to teach this class. Bo, I'll grant you some grace, baby. I'll grant you some grace. Now, this is the basic sales funnel, and we typically talk about leads to conversation to close. But within each of these layers, there are some other things. And really floating outside of this layer is really the traffic. So I added some traffic. What does social traffic look like? Can you guys talk to me about what social media traffic looks like? All the different places that you can be connecting with people on social, okay? This is the part in this class right here when we're talking about marketing, okay? We're talking about grabbing this traffic. So maybe I should update my basic one here. Maybe I should update this and put your T in there. Traffic to leads, to conversation, to close. If you guys are struggling in your business, I'm going to give you different words. I want you to see what resonates with you. So you've got traffic. And your job, I want you to be I want you to get like your butterfly net out or something, okay? And I want you, oh, I've got two logos now. I want you to go ahead and imagine, like, what would you like to catch something in? What do you want to catch your fish in? Pick something that you can catch things in, okay? If I talk slow and simple and say same thing over and over this challenge, that's my goal. I'm gonna find it a win, okay? Because we cover the same thing a lot in different ways and it's still not covered. We get to partner the psychology of it when I share the next section with you. But let's get a bucket. Let's get a container. And what do you want your container to be? I want you to pick your container. Let me see how I want my face to be. I'm going to get, just because I have nothing else, a makeup bag. Okay, so our first job is to get a container. And I want you to decide, is it a Facebook group that's your container that you're going to try to grab all the miscellaneous traffic out on social media and be like, hey, random person, come into my group. Hey, random person, come into my group. Hey, random person, get on a phone call with me. Hey, random person, come to my email list. Hey, random person, come over to my house on Tuesday night. The container to me is like the place where if you'll walk into my business door, I can tell you about what I do. Okay. So if you're thinking like, what is the container? That's the end in sight. That's kind of when we reverse engineer. And when we're containing people, we've got an opportunity to not just talk to them out on social media, but we can move a little bit deeper and actually be like, oh, hey, you're here, but you're in my container now, right? Let me show you what I have in efforts to hopefully convert. So if we look at the funnel from top or bottom, hopefully it makes sense and it will simplify because as I say this in 5 different ways, I need you to walk out of this class understanding where you're stuck in the process. And so that when you get this new information about how to market, you know where it fits in the funnel. Because what I'm actually doing with you in this class today and yesterday and tomorrow is I'm helping you not do this part. I'm not doing presentation today. I'm not helping you how to do a party, how to do a one-on-one call, how to do a sales call. What are the words to say when the girl gets on the phone? Joyce, you put someone on a 3-way with me yesterday. Joyce Rasiski, I can't ever say your name properly, put me on a phone call with someone yesterday, right? We're in the middle of the funnel. We're engaging, we're presenting, we're offering, really. There's like, we could divide this even out, okay? So part of our job isn't just to network. So let me move that off and see if I can say it in different words to you guys. We get told all the time, and I don't know if you're a network marketer, so go ahead and type to me in the comments below. Are you a network marketer? Okay. Are you a social seller? Are you what are you? An affiliate marketer? Are you a course creator? Are you a coach? Are you a speaker? Do you own a home care agency? Are you a real estate agent? Are you a social marketer? Are you a brand partner? All these things. Okay, I literally could care less what label people give us. Are you a consultant? Everyone that I help does the same thing. But you're not taught your actual job, which is why you're so frustrated. You're like, what? I'm supposed to have a container? I'm really thrown. What? I'm supposed to be like pulling people off social and sticking them in my container? Kind of, yeah. Okay, so whatever you call it, don't be like, oh, I do this instead of this. Don't elevate yourself above what everyone else does because you're all doing the same thing. You just gave it a different title, and if it makes you feel better, it's completely fine. But when I owned a home care agency, and when I was a network marketer, and when I'm a business coach, and when I'm a speaker, and when I own my summer camp, which I do, when you run a business, you have multiple things that you have to do within that business. Okay. So you have number 1, marketing. That's why we're here. You're like, hey, tell me. You market. Okay. So a department of everyone's business is your marketing department. Now, for most of us, you are your marketing department, right? But one day you might be like, I have a marketing department. Well, you do right now. It's just you, if you're a team of one, in the sense that no one else is helping you build your business. You don't have employees, you don't have VAs. Okay. So you market your products. Within the marketing side of things, this is where we're like bringing people in and saying, hey, I help people to blank so that they can blank. Attraction marketing is just one part, right? Putting a billboard out on the street, that's marketing. Doing a social post on social media, that's marketing. Doing a reel, that's marketing. Showing up passively, waiting for other people to take action is marketing. This training right now is marketing. Now, how do we get into a sales conversation? That's a different piece. And you are typically all of the pieces. So when you're marketing, you're just trying to get traffic to pay attention to something that you put out there. Does that make sense? So maybe what you put out there was a sign. And you're like, I need all the eyes to look at my sign. How are you going to do that? That's why we teach classes on marketing strategy. Okay. How do you optimize your personal profile? Should you use Facebook ads? Should you use flyers? Walk around and pin them on people's doors. Should you use a leads jar at the grocery store? Should you have a business card? Marketing, 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 passive, 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 necessary. You must market your business. You must market you if you are your business. And if you're a marketer for someone else, you must market their business because that's your job. What questions do you have so far? Okay, you're marketing. Everyone's marketing. Michelle Carroll with Tupperware, marketing. Kathy Callahan with Bravenly, marketing. Kathy Callahan with coaching, marketing. We have to find people, unless you have a marketer who fills your funnel for you and gets people to show up at events just like this, to show up in your funnel, maybe use automation to help you with some marketing efforts. Hashtag PCATUCRM. It's a lead generator. It helps us with marketing, okay? But this is one piece of it. So today we get to discover what Maslow says about how to better market. And so let's dive into a little bit of that content. But let's remember, when I talk to you about that piece, that's not the only piece. Because if I can capture at the top of the funnel, if my marketing efforts, am I going so slow, using so many quotes? I have a call with Jason Grossman tonight. I have a VA through his VA agency. She's incredible. Rhoda, I don't know if you're in the background. Carla, some of you guys know her. I met her through an agency. If y'all need VAs, I can refer you VA help through my own program or through the agency that I use. Depends on what you're doing. But Jason is from Australia, and on our call the other day, he's like, everybody's like doing this. And I don't know. I wasn't doing that before he said that. Now he put it in my head. Go start looking for this color. Everywhere you go, it will start showing up, because I like this color. It's Tiffany's blue, and I probably wouldn't have noticed that it's right there. It's everywhere. Find that color somewhere. Oh, it's on your screen. You have to market, but here's the problem. A lot of you are marketing so much, but you're not actually moving people into the funnel. And you might be putting things out there, but you're not effectively capturing the leads. So we've got to go from all this traffic, and we've got to market to this traffic, right? We've got to be like, hey, random people out on social, hey, random neighbors, come into my funnel. Capture them. How? How? So many ways. Okay, we'll talk about strategy in a different class. So many ways, but I've captured, Carla, how many people now? 101 or 110 or something people into this class that are not in our Impact Makers program. And I have your email, I have your name, I have your phone number. I have captured you through my marketing. Are you going to buy something? I don't know. Did you show up on this video? I don't know. Can I find out? Yeah, I captured you. So when you do reels, it's not just about putting the right information out in front of the right people only, okay? So passively, we put out information, but you've got a lot of competition. Don't fool yourself, okay? This is not the day of network marketing when you did home parties and you were the only girl on your street who sold what you sold, okay? You now compete with probably every neighbor around you. If you're a social marketer, they're selling something, you're selling something, and you're competing out on social media big time. And you go try to do a reel that looks awesome and it gets like 10 views. How are you going to stand apart? Marketing, okay? To fast forward, once you market, you've got to capture the leads, get into a conversation, discover the problem they have, offer the solution, make an offer for them to buy, and get them to purchase or realize this is not a good fit. And when they do buy, what do? Customer service, team member onboarding, customer onboarding, ask for referrals, do things for retention. When they're not a good fit, if they're not a good fit at all, you just move them off your list. If they're not now, you have a follow-up. Do you understand why there's a lot of business? So when it comes to marketing, you guys, here's how you guys can increase your marketing efforts using what we learned yesterday from Maslow. So when it comes to psychology of marketing, we understood from yesterday's hierarchy of needs that people cannot be spoken to on a higher level when their basic levels are not being met. Okay? At least not as effectively as you could if they had basic needs met. So what we see on the screen is we talked about at the very, very basic level is we have some physiological needs, okay? And this is why it would be ineffective to try to go sell your products or service to someone who literally is starving right now, okay? And there's people in the world right now who have such a small percent of what you have. They have different physiological needs. They're not going to be a good prospect for, oh my gosh, catch the dream. Can't you see the vision? We've got to go change the world. No, they don't have that vision yet. They're like, can I have $1 to feed my babies? And that makes me want to cry. And that could be a fuel for you, okay, to go do your business so that you could be the $200 giver to the people who don't have a way to eat right now. But you're not going to serve those people by saying, why don't you go start a business? What's wrong with you? They can't even think like that. So in today's class, we're going to learn that if physiological needs are not being met, this is not a good prospect. People do not buy to meet physiological needs. Okay? It's not why they're buying. They may buy for the upper 4 levels, okay? So when it comes to safety, social, esteem, and self-actualization, let's speak to each of those levels. So first we talked about when we start at the bottom of the hierarchy, we work our way up. And when a need is not being met at the basic level, a person is going to focus on fulfilling their most basic need. That's where all their focus is. I just need to eat today. I just need to drink today. I just need to get clothes on my back, right? I can't think about what you're telling me right now. Something's in my way, right? And that's okay. Respect it. What do you do with those people? Think they're never a prospect? Think that just because they can't see what you can't see right now that they would? No, you love on them. You nurture them. You be a friend to them and you take them off of your follow-up sequence and you say, right now, this person needs my prayer. You pull a Carly and you do what Carly does to me and she says, what can I pray for you for right now? How can I pray for you? And I was like, help me figure this one out, right? Thankfully, I've never been in a situation that's that hard that I couldn't fill the basic level. May not have been the way I wanted to, right? I might have had $1 or a garage sale bed, right? Maybe it's ramen noodles. Okay, so the next level though, when you move past the next level of physiological needs and we start moving forward, then we can start talking about why people are making decisions and how do we speak to them at each level. So what we need to understand is when people are advertising, marketing, and they're going after, they're trying to get messages in front of you. They're trying to trigger emotions, and that's what you must do as a marketer. Okay, remember yesterday we said we've got to trigger a physical or emotional physiological or emotional need in people for them to make a decision, right? So, marketers, you are a marketer. If somebody tried to tell you all you got to do is get in front of more people, that's networking. Network, marketer. Network, marketer. Network, market. Get the network, market to the market to the network to the market. Social seller, now sell to the people that you marketed to. Right? So I think we're leaving some words out. I think we're actually marketers, networkers. Okay, so let's add some more words. We're social marketers because we're all doing it on social media, but you don't have to only do it on social media. We're social marketers who network. We are connectors because with our network that we've marketed to and captured, we've got to connect. We're discoverers. We've got to discover the need. We're inviters. We've got to invite them in to like take a look at what we have. We're presenters. We've got to show up on camera or in person or through a video or something and present what we have. And we're sellers. We have to ask for the sale. So we're closers. And then after that, we're retainers. We've got to retain all the people we sell to. We got to nurture. We got to be nurturing the leads that didn't convert, nurturing the leads that are thinking about looking, nurturing the team that came in. Holy freaking Moses, no wonder you're so tired. So we're only still speaking to the marketing side. It's only one piece of your business. Is it a big piece? Yep. Because if you can do a good job of putting the right marketing message in front of the right person, guess what gets easy? The sale. Okay, so you have to market and advertise and speak to emotional triggers. People are rarely motivated to buy because of basic needs. You cannot typically get someone to purchase in order to meet the basic level. Most often, people are motivated by the upper four levels, and we're going to look at exactly how that looks like and sounds like. So, the reason why people buy is because we want to perceive we buy because we want what we perceive to be a better life. It's going to make something better. It's going to be a solution. It's going to solve a problem. It's going to make something that's hard right now not so hard. If you cannot tell me how this cup is going to make my life better than the other 20 cups in my cabinet, I don't want it. And maybe this cup is tied to an association that it's my sorority girls all have it. My team members all have it. That speaks to a different level of need in the hierarchy, doesn't it? Right? Do I need this cup because without this cup, I can't get a drink of water? No, I can drink water in a lot of ways. So let's talk about what it looks like in the different ways when you market. And I want you guys to come out of this thinking about how can you better market based on who you're speaking to. We also buy to avoid pain. We buy to avoid taking risks, and we buy to avoid leaving ourselves vulnerable. Okay, I'm glad because I feel like I thought I would do this in 10 minutes, but I'm not because I feel like I'm stretching it out to hopefully, and that's okay. It's not a reel. When I do the reel, I'll make it really short. When people are making a decision to purchase from us and you're going out there and you're going to go put a reel out there, you have to trigger an emotion. Do you remember yesterday? It is so ridiculous, but I just got fuzzy leg on my right side, by the way. I got like a belly drop and kind of tears whenever I read part of the caption for a reel yesterday. Do you remember, you guys, the lady from Weight Watchers? Come on, you guys, start talking to me about the marketing that has stuck in your head. Start giving me examples because we can pin down which need this is speaking to, which level. Do you remember the Weight Watchers girl who stood on your TV on the commercial and she said she had no idea that she had a problem because she always looked in the mirror and never looked at herself from waist down? Holy crap, that triggered an emotion in me. I was like, me too. Same, right? Where is that need coming from? How did she do that? So if we can speak to people and we think about how the message is going to be perceived, we want to ask ourselves, is this message going to allow our audience to believe that with the thing that we sell, they could have a better life? With this business opportunity, is it going to allow people to perceive that their life will look better, not worse? That's what they're buying on. Is this thing that we're marketing helping people understand how this can help them avoid a certain risk, avoid a pain, or not be as vulnerable as they feel right now? You've got a sale. You are solving problems, and most people cold market, not your best friends, not your mom, not your sister. Cold market is going to make a purchase not because they know you and not because they like you, because they don't yet. You must earn some of that know, like, and trust with them for them to decide to buy with you instead of the other girl that offers the exact same thing, right? But cold market will most likely purchase when you can help them avoid a pain. Let's get real. By the way, at 12 o'clock, if you're in Action Takers, Impact Makers, or Peak at U90, I figured for our 12 o'clock deep dive session today, we could just dive into some real stuff, more reels training, okay? So if you're not yet in one of those clubs or memberships or programs, we'll be teaching you about those tonight. Not impact. Look at this horrible haircut. This is ridiculous. Help me avoid a pain. Somebody sell me some scissors that are going to make this. Aubrey brought me some yesterday. So in your reel, if you guys are speaking to, think about this. Okay, this is literally going to change everything for you. And it didn't even cost $1. Why are marketing techniques ineffective when you're touting how awesome your business is? All the things that are benefits, because that's good. People want to buy benefits, right? I want it to make me feel good. But do you know what I want more? Take away something that's stabbing me in the butt right now. If I had the choice between you giving me a pleasure or taking away a pain, probably going to go with taking away the pain. So people buy for both reasons. Give them a pleasure, take away a pain, both reasons. But go test your audience. Start speaking to removing pain instead of giving pleasure and see if you don't get into more conversations. Let's get real. What does that look like? What would that look like to you? So instead of saying about the amazing compensation plan you have, the incredible trips that your people can go on, all the team leadership, the personal development, the incredible friendships, the awesome commission structure, you're paid twice a day, you're paid once a year. I don't freaking care. Take away the pain that right now, every time a bill comes in my mailbox, I don't know how I'm going to pay the bill. Take away that pain and I'll listen. Take away the pain and you got my attention. Do you understand what I'm saying? Can you do that? Can you shift your words just a little bit? Because all the good stuff is great to scroll by, but the girl who makes you go, oh my God, it's possible that I don't have to struggle in this way anymore. Tell me how. That's when you have people show up in your inbox. That's attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is not putting out information, inspiring people, just telling them things. Okay? When you're marketing well, you have a clear marketing message. You know who you're speaking to. You know what problems they have. You know what solutions they need. And you've now learned that it might be more effective for you to speak to a pain over a pleasure. So go test the theory. Products, how can they meet emotional needs? Each product meets both a real and an emotional need. Okay? So whether your product is a physical, tangible, or your product is a course that you're selling, we're trying to meet both a real and an emotional need. If you guys can meet your customers between the features of your products and their needs, then you'll have a sale. So you hear this all the time, but I don't think we understood the education, the psychology, the actual facts behind what you're told, because there's a lot of like hype and there's a lot of gurus and there's all that. And you're like, are people just selling stuff because they can sell stuff? Possibly, right? So what's the truth? The truth is that if you can meet your customers between the features of your products, this cup is blue, it's made of metal, it has stainless steel in it, but it will keep your drink cold forever. It feels amazing in your hand. The way it's formed, I'm not going to drop it. It fits right in my cup holder. Now you're talking my product features and the needs that I have. Okay. So you want to speak directly to your customers' emotional and physiological needs. And the pyramid, Maslow's pyramid, can help you tailor your marketing approach. So as we close out today, let's do some examples of how to use Maslow's pyramid for marketing. And I'll pop them on the screen. Okay. So let's look at some physical needs and add that to your screen. Okay. So for speaking to meeting someone's physical needs, you might be marketing a cheap snack as something to help people avoid hunger. Okay, so I don't know what your cheap snack that you might sell is, but if you have one and you're trying to speak to a basic physiological need, you're going to market it to help them avoid hunger. That is at their basic level of needs. Okay. When we move up the next level, remember we talked about safety and security being the next level. Now you're actually going to be speaking to the level where most people are going to start to consider buying. Most of them aren't buying. Most of us do not need to spend time with our products at the basic physiological needs. Okay, most of us would be better suited to look at the higher levels and see how we can speak to that. Okay, so the next level would be, let me put a little colon there. The next level is safety and security. Okay, so how would a marketer speak to the next level of Maslow's pyramid of safety and security? This might look like something if you did different businesses, so apply it accordingly. Car safety features rather than design, okay, or advanced features. It might be you emphasizing financial freedom when selling your financial services. It's the same product, but the messaging is what's different. Okay. So, do you guys know how I give the example of I sold a healthy living program for a really long time? And my marketing message, my tactics that I used to sell the exact same thing on the backside was drastically different than the way other people captured their leads, right? And introduced their leads, their prospects into their product. Mine was drastically different because for me, that 30 Days to Healthy Living program was not about, you guys, it all makes sense. And here's the funny part, I didn't know what I was doing. I just did it and it worked. So I kept doing it. I'm like, duh. I didn't speak, I could care less personally that it had 20 grams of protein, that it was vegan, that it was gluten free. All those things were not important to me for my life. What I needed was simplicity. I like to save money. I wanted something that put good in because my pain was that I was doing a lot of bad eating, right? And I felt guilty about it all the time. I felt shame around going through the drive through. I still do, by the way, a lot. And I thought, gosh, this is kind of a way for me to take away some of that pain of and that guilt and that shame around not eating good right now. And in fact, I could even put it in my kids' stuff, and now I'm doing good by them. So I sold 30 Days to Healthy Living not because it was vegan, gluten free, not because there was an incredible support community, not because you could lose weight with it or not lose weight with it, not because you could detox, not because you, for the solutions it provided to me. And then I started attracting people who were like, me too, crazy busy mom running a business, not sure if it's left or right, need convenience, right? Need it to be affordable, want it to be healthy. How can this all happen in one place, right? How can you speak to social needs? So you've got people that you're selling to at physiological needs, although we've learned that that's not the most effective level to try to sell at, the base level. We've got security and safety needs that we can sell at. We've got social needs. So if you're going to try to sell at the third level of the pyramid, you are going after people's need around being social. And we spoke about this yesterday when we looked at the pyramid. If you're trying to speak to someone with this messaging, but they're not really feeling like their safety and security is and they're not taken care of, it's going to be a tough sale, right? So if we are selling to the social, it's going to be different people. And your job at the end of this training is really to explore and see and try out these different ways of using the pyramid to sell, to get into new conversations, okay? So when we're meeting people's social needs and we're selling to their social needs, we're speaking to love. We're speaking to their need to feel belong, like they belong to something. We're speaking to their need to be feeling socially accepted. So the way you market to that might be cards or gifts, okay? It might be marketing relationships. It might be the maintenance or the customer service that you do for people. It might be the communities that you build. This is the level that I mostly sell at, by the way, is the community. I realized what my audience needed, and I realized this by accident during the pandemic when I created my Evergreen Party. I realized that people needed community, but that was my audience. And so they weren't struggling with basic physiological needs. They weren't struggling with safety and security. They didn't have social needs met. And this is probably honestly a lot of your audience. Okay, so maybe start here. How can we speak to the social needs that people have? How can you market your products? How are they going to serve? A lot of it is identity. Okay, so feeling like you're a part of something, having the action taker's bag, having the impact maker's binder, why does that stuff matter? If you're missing part of the middle that needs not being met, you need to fill it. And here's the irony about it. I know that was a large reason why I did a lot of what I did in the past. But as I filled some more of that part of me to meet my social needs in other ways, I now do my business for different reasons. When I came back I was missing that piece of it. I was missing being recognized, right? I was missing going out with my girls. I was missing feeling like I belonged to something, right? Initially, when I came back, because that's the part I didn't have. I had the income by then. I had sold my business, right? But I was like, what's missing? Social. Next is esteem. And this is a little bit higher level of what we're speaking about. And this is where people might buy things because they think it ties them to or gives them a certain social status. Okay. So, what this might look like, there should be little parentheses. They're not copying over on the screen, my little colon. So, it's not keeping it all, whatever. Okay. So this might be where if you try to go sell, and I don't have one by the way, and I don't want one, but Louis Vuitton bag, and you're like, hey, person on the street, you should buy this awesome bag. They're like, remember, they're like, no, feed me. Not, I don't want the bag, feed me. Okay. But what if they have that need met, but they don't feel safe? Like they feel unprotected. Maybe safety is just an emotional, is personal to you, right? Maybe they are hyper vigilant from past trauma. Oh my God, how are you gonna, right? If that's all good and they have those needs met, then we can maybe speak to the higher levels like, oh, you have to have this bag, you have to have this car. If your car doesn't have this label on it, if you're nothing. There are going to be some people who have the need, but that's much higher level, right? You could probably survive without meeting that level of needs, but if you're speaking to that level of need with people, you need to make sure that you're not trying to heavily market to the wrong person. Does that make sense? And then the highest level, when you guys are speaking in your marketing messages and you're like, okay, I want to speak at the highest level. This is really to me. Okay. This is when you're really speaking to who is your like dream business person, who is like who you probably idolize, someone that kind of has self-actualized. There's probably not many of these people in the world that are totally at the top of the pyramid. So marketing might be that you're speaking to this person by saying, "Hey, your charity." A lot of you guys have this foundation, or your company donates to places, and you're trying to actually market that as why people should join your business, but that's not meeting their needs if they're at the bottom levels of the pyramid. Does that make sense? But you've got to know your audience. So there's going to be some people who physiologically they're taken care of, their social and emotional and safety needs are being met, right? Their esteem needs are being met. They're ready to get back, right? So maybe you're like, hey, the charity might be the one that triggers them into purchasing. We had a not franchise, what's it called? Where you get is it not charity fundraiser opportunity with my past company, and the companies could get 50% back, and you try to market that to people, and here's me, I'm not trying to earn 50% for my school, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm trying to make the money to pay my bills. So it's different marketing messaging depending on, right? So what you guys want to do from today is I want you to understand that the position of your customer in the hierarchy will change over time. So your sales tactics, your marketing tactics need to change as well. If you understand who your perfect prospect is and you know who your who is, then you can find out what this person needs and you can tailor your message, i.e., have your marketing message speaking to the person that's your who, which is typically you before you knew what you know now, right? And you can use this to tailor your business because as we close out, think about the journey, guys. This is why it constantly changes. Think about the hierarchy of needs. Think about your own products and services. Think about yourself. Think about what you offer at each level. Okay. So if you think about this, this is probably why it's 2023. So in 2019, when somebody spoke about charging $1 for my training, I was like, no, I couldn't charge $1. I'm going to give it to him for free. And then as I kind of was like growing through things, I was like, yeah, I'm going to charge $1. But when they said high ticket, we have a high ticket coaching program. Our high ticket coaching program is thousands of dollars. Okay. When that theory was proposed to me, I was so far off of that in the journey that it would not have met a need that I had at that time. All I needed was to learn a basic little thing. And then as I moved through the journey, I was like, yeah, I need to know more things. And that's how my business has grown. At first, I'm like, just teach me how to do a basic party. Didn't take long before I realized I have a new gap. I've got a new gap to fill. So when we speak to you guys on this screen, on the opposite side of the screen from me right now, Who are you? I'm going to tell you who I think you are. If I've done my marketing well, doesn't mean I'm right, but here's who I'm trying to market to. I'm not trying to market to the brand new marketer. I'm not trying to market to the person who's brand new into network marketing, got convinced to come here, right? I'm trying to find the people, and tell me that if this is you. Tell me, let's see if we've done this well. I'm trying to find people who have some experience. You've been with your company for a while, or you've done other companies in the past. You have been in the network marketing, course creation, coaching space. You didn't just learn about it yesterday. You had an awareness well before now, and you have a bit of an experience. You also are the person who doesn't want to give up. You're determined. You know what's on the other side. You're just not sure how to get there. And so you keep trying things, hoping that one of them will pan out because you just keep being told, keep doing what you're doing. So you let that tape play in your mind. Just got to keep doing it more. It's a numbers game. Keep doing it more. Keep doing it more. Keep doing it more. But you never stop to evaluate, what am I actually doing? But you never stop to evaluate, what are you actually doing? Because nobody called your feet to the fire to say, hey, what are you doing? You're like, I don't know. What am I doing? I'm just doing what I saw someone else do, I think. So then you end up doing what you think people are doing, not actually being taught that they're not just posting something out on social. They're not just marketing, they're planning their marketing if they're marketing well. And when they market, they use that to attract the right people. They put the right message in front of the right person with the problem that they can solve. And they have a strategy to capture those people and get into a conversation. And then they know how to go through the discovery process in an actual conversation that you probably don't get to see anybody's conversations. They can tell you what they said. That's not the same as being in the conversation. If you've listened on a three-way phone call that I've done, or if you've been in an actual conversation I've had with a prospect, you've observed it from that side, and that's about as close as you might get. Right? And then they have a sales strategy. They have a way to capture people, the right people, the qualified leads that are ready, okay? But they just didn't know about you. They have a way to create that relationship with those people, to build, know, like, and trust, to use conversations to connect with people, to ask questions. And then they have so much confidence in what they're offering that they know that you are the one that's going to be without when you don't buy, not them. And that is the person that doesn't have the information that I now have that I want to find. If you have all of that, you're not in this class. Unless you just want to learn some new hacks and tactics and tricks, right? Like I do that sometimes. What do I not know? Well, you have a system that's flawless, not flawless that it always works, but you're like, I know what I'm doing. It's rinse and repeat. Yes, I do know what to do. I know why I'm doing it. I know what I'm doing. I know how to do it, and I know who I'm speaking to. My perfect prospect does not have that whole thing figured out. But my perfect prospect is so hungry for that they're looking, and that's why they're sitting on the other side of the screen. My perfect prospect also wants to feel loved, and they want to feel appreciated, and they love community, and they need accountability. But more than that, they just need simplicity and somebody to make it clear. Clear it up, simplify it. I'm willing to work. My perfect prospect is willing to work, probably harder than most people in the world. And they probably are working harder than most people in the world, doing the wrong things. Therefore, they're getting no results, and nobody said stop because they're too busy to say stop. And they just keep finding more people, more people, more people, and you just get buried further and further and further. If that's you, you're my perfect prospect. If that's not you, you can still hang out with us. So you guys, it's time for me to head over to Action Takers. I'm going to go do a Reels training. So if you are my perfect prospect, if you do need more, come to the VIP session tonight. Let's sit on the Zoom screen. Let me talk to you about anything from our Action Takers Club that's $0 to start, 40 or 57 a month now if you want to stay, month to month, all the way up to our full PCATU 90-day run. Let me show you what the girls are doing inside of there. Let's get you past stuck. This is not a money problem. All right, this is not a time problem. We're going to solve the problem, okay? I'll see you guys tonight at 8:30 Central on Zoom. Make sure you go to pcatu.co, fill out the application, because once you request to join the Zoom room, we will cross-check that. If you're not registered, go to socialsalesschool.com. get officially registered. Thank you for letting me have the full hour. I'm just going to keep taking it. Random prize at the end. Let's pick a winner who stayed. Go ahead and drop me a magic word. I want your magic word at the end to be real. Type me a real, REEL. I'm going to grab one. Action takers, I am coming. Drop me a reel. Let's get real, baby. Drop that word in the comments below and pick a random one for the winner before we head out today. And then tomorrow we do our final official day of training. And then tonight we're going to do kind of a Q&A, introduce you to PCAT U90 if you're not there yet. Tomorrow we get to talk about, that's Module 5. Module 4 and 5 are actually reserved for those of you who get our new PCAT U CRM. That course will be released to you. Tomorrow is the customer's decision-making process. What are they thinking? What are they feeling? And what's going to help them determine the best way to actually go for it. All right, a random reel is going to be Jennifer. I'm so glad you're here. Jennifer's in PCAT U90. She's gone through quite a few of our classes. Jennifer, go ahead and text. I do have a new number. It will not automate. I will go over and I haven't set an automation yet. So it's just 3 digits off. All right, you guys, I'll see you tonight at 8:30 Central on the Zoom. And then I'll see you tomorrow morning, 11 o'clock for our final day of training. That's it. Bye for now.